Meanwhile, inside their house, the Johnsons felt there was no escape.
He took into his head sometimes, I think, to just bang the walls. Gosh, the pictures used to jump, things used to fall off the mantelpiece. It would be quite frightening.
The Johnsons felt that the situation was spiralling out of control.
There was bang, bang, bang on the wall. A lot of name-calling through the walls as well.
Sally was determined to get it down on tape.
I stood in here thinking, come on then, come on. I will record you now, and people will hear exactly what you do to us.
Come on now, Johnsons. Come on. You think you've been clever?
Oh, it makes me so angry to think that somebody can talk to me like that, shout that, as if I'm scum. It made me so upset. And I thought, but at least someone will believe us that that is what he is saying to us, that we've had to live with that for nearly 2 years.
But she was wrong. She called the police to report what she felt was verbal abuse. A 41-year-old man was interviewed under caution, but wasn't charged. We asked their neighbour to comment, but received no response. By now, Sally had called the police numerous times.
Each time he got away with it, that gave him a little bit more, oh, I'll do something else.
But the Johnsons had no idea that a verbal exchange over the garden fence was about to turn violent. John Johnson and his 2 grown-up sons ended up in a physical fight with their neighbour. Sally was horrified by the aftermath.
Looked like you'd been in a fight.
Yeah.
And I suddenly thought, how dare you do that? How dare you do that to my boys? And I thought I could have lost everything in that couple of minutes. And then I felt very angry because I thought, come on, policeman, do your job. And I think they told me at one point, then they calm down, calm down. I thought, calm down, mate, when I've just seen what's happened to my men.
Both the Johnsons and their neighbour phoned the police. He told them he had been assaulted by 2 men while he was in his garden and was himself taken to hospital. The police decided there was insufficient evidence to prosecute either party. And when we asked their neighbour about the incident, he said nothing.
It was awful to live knowing that somebody feels that way about you and is prepared to go to those lengths to hurt you.
By now, the police had received 12 official reports of antisocial behaviour from the Johnsons. Sally claims to have called them 79 times, but the next call would prove to be different. One night, 2.5 years after the Johnsons had first lent their neighbour over £800 for chimney repairs, they got a phone call from another man.
He says to me, "It's in your car?" I said, "Why, what?" I looked, and I could see deep scratches going down the side of it. And I thought, oh no, not again.
Because the man had actually witnessed the neighbour damage the Johnsons' car, the police arrested and charged him.
We finally went to court, and although he still denied that he hadn't caused the damage to the car, he was found guilty. And I can remember sitting there. Well, I cried, didn't I, John? I don't mind admitting that. I cried.
Cried with joy.
I cried with joy.
Their neighbour was found guilty of criminal damage and given a 2-year conditional discharge. Soon after his conviction, he moved away, and after 2 years of living a nightmare, John and Sally felt they could finally live in peace. Coming up, Robert Crowley and the Kelloways have a close encounter.
I heard this shout, "Oi!" I retreated quite hastily. He turned and run.
And the true neighbour from hell.
I was expecting somebody else, some kind of group. He's just my neighbour.